Hi, my name is Katie, and I'm a teaching artist at LACMA. Today, we're going to create recycled material balance sculptures. Wow, what does that mean? Well, basically, we're going to take things that some people consider to be trash and others see as recycling, and we are going to make art out of it. Your child is going to be an engineer, and they're going to be dealing with balance and color and shape, and we're going to be basically having a really fun time because we're going to be in the 3 dimensions. So for inspiration, go to www.collections.lacma.org and press the button below so that you will be subscribing to Make Art at Home, and you'll know when the videos come out, so you can kind of have your weekly fill of new creative ideas. So let's get started. So what materials do we need to create beautiful recycled material balanced sculptures? Well, we need scissors. Sometimes you need like pretty heavy duty scissors. I wouldn't use children's scissors for this because we're going to be cutting corrugated cardboard. And we need some paint. I happen to have black and white and some kind of, I don't know, this is violet acrylic. And these are also like little individual acrylics. Acrylic is really nice because it's plastic. And so when it goes on cardboard, it doesn't just sink in. But tempera paint is fine too, if that's what you have. Watercolor won't work. Markers could also work, especially permanent would work on cardboard. I have these skewers, barbecue skewers. I bought them at the supermarket. Actually, I think I had them left over from a barbecue. And I actually cut them into different lengths. I like the pointy side though. You'll see how we're gonna use those. I also have a pencil that is in case you don't have any barbecue skewers, you can use a pencil. I have some pipe cleaners, also in case you don't have the skewers. I have a cup, which would have water in it. I have 2 kinds of brushes. Boy, these are in bad shape, right? Foam and just a regular bristle brush that's in bad shape. Perfect for this, and a cup would have water in it. And I have different kinds of masking tape. I have a nice paper towel tube and a stapler. Oh, and I put some paper down. If you have newspaper, use that. This is craft paper. I just happen to have this in my house because I use it, you know, to make wrapping paper, quite honestly. Okay. Step 1, we are going to cut out some shapes. Now, I already pre-cut some here for you guys to look at. I was thinking geometric shapes. Now, if you have a smaller child, 5, 6, 7, that kind of age, they could draw a shape that you could then cut out, you know, whether it's a looser shape or a more geometric shape. They could draw it, you could cut it out. And you could also use a box cutter for this, but just be careful and cut on top of something that is not a beautiful antique table, let's say. Not that I've ever done anything like that. But, and so you cut a bunch of shapes. You want them to be similar in size, actually, and similar in weight, quite honestly. Because we're going to be creating a balance sculpture. And just to kind of think about balance, if your child is younger and doesn't understand this concept, you can talk about balancing on one foot and how that's hard. When you have both feet down, you are balanced. When you have one foot up, you are out of balance or imbalanced, okay? So we have these cutout shapes, and we're gonna put them aside. Now, you could conceivably paint these. I'm gonna leave them raw for this demonstration. I actually like them raw. I'm calling that raw, not painted cardboard, okay? But as I said, paint is an option. It's another stage. You can either paint those now and then let them dry. And I pre-did some here, which I'll show you guys later. I just did black, and this is actually a thinner cardboard. I'm going to demonstrate how to use that as well. So you take your cardboard roll, paper towel roll, and you kind of flatten one end, and you can, I staple 2 sides, okay, leaving a space in between. And now I'm going to cut a notch in the middle. This is going to be our sort of the strength, the center of our sculpture, okay? What you're going to put in between here will be something like this, okay? I am now going to make this into the roots, essentially. So I'm going to make 4 cuts of approximately the same length, and I'm going to splay each piece out, okay? And save one of your pieces of cardboard. This is just a blank one to glue this to. So this is going to be, and you can always cut that down too. You could tape it down. So here's some masking tape. Some people have this in the house, some people don't. But you could tape it down, and if you have acrylic, you can actually paint over this as well. Oops. And if you're working with little children, you can rip pieces of this off for them and then let them put it on. And in fact, working with little children, I would say under 7, you're gonna want them to use the tape and not the glue because it's easier for them. So now we're gonna create a piece that's gonna go across that you're gonna figure out what is gonna balance on both sides. So I'm gonna take one of these skewers, and actually it has a pointy end. And I was gonna actually just push this right through. Okay, well maybe not, maybe it's just gonna go on the end. And then, so right now, not balanced, right? But if I take a similar weight, let's see, a little smaller. How about this one? It's a little smaller, but let's see. Oh no, here's one that's the right size. Okay, so now I'm gonna put this one on this end. I'm gonna tape this because it doesn't really matter if it's shoved in or taped, right? That's the idea. Oh, is that balanced? No. Let's see, I'm gonna try to push that in. Oh, look, it is balanced, but maybe because I pushed it in too much. So that is definitely balanced, which is great. So you can add more elements to this. So you could take a pipe cleaner and attach it to another piece. So you can experiment. That's the whole wonderful thing about this. It's really about experimentation and weight. So right now, this side is heavier than that side. It is not balanced. So we're gonna have to change that. I think we're gonna want to. And same thing, I'm gonna tape this guy to here. And by the way, after you do all the taping and everything, you could paint it after that, even. There's no rules. It's all about play. So that seems much more balanced. Maybe it needs to be slid over. Anyway, there is a balanced sculpture. Now that's one way to do it. Let me show you another way. I'm gonna take this guy out. Boop. Okay, now I had different cardboard, thin cardboard, but I wanted to show you what to do. So let's say you draw your shapes, you cut them out of this thinner cardboard, you put what is this called? A skewer? Or where's my pencil? Okay, let's do a pencil, because let's say you don't have a skewer. So here we have a pencil. Looks pretty balanced here. Wait, I shoved it down too much. Oh, see, not balanced. Okay, what happens if I add some pieces to it? Okay, so that's my recycled material balanced sculpture with painted shapes and a pencil. This one is with all raw cardboard, and I was somehow able to just like push it right through this cardboard. I think this corrugated was kind of a more open, open hole, so I didn't hurt myself that time. Very good. So that one also has the wood skewers. And then just to show you, I also painted one of the paper towel rolls with acrylic, and when I glued it down. So you can see different ways that what you can do with this sculpture. So I think there's a lot to explore with 3 dimensions and balance. Well, I hope you all had a wonderful time exploring the kinetic and the aesthetic, the balance, and the 3 dimensions. Just to show you from a better angle, the finished sculpture that is with, raw, unpainted, corrugated cardboard, from all those boxes that come in your mail. Save them, cut them up, and save them for sculptures. And here's the one that's painted, but using a pencil. So there's a lot of ways to do this, right? Oh, it's not quite balanced, and that's the whole thing we're still working on, right? How do you make things balanced, right? Weight and shape, and also visual balance, right? So for inspiration, again, go to www.collection.lacma.org. And also don't forget to press that button below so that you can subscribe and know when the next wonderful videos come out. And also, when your child makes a beautiful sculpture, do post it on social media and tag it with LACMA at home. I'm like, is that the right tag? I think so. Thank you all, and I'll see you next time.